Oh yeah, Black Star Sports TV. Yeah, man. Back at you again. Thank you, thank you. I hadn't been a little minute, but yeah, we back. Man, got some big stuff going on in the sport of boxing this weekend, man. Canelo, pound for pound King Alvarez took a L this weekend, man, to Dimitri Bivol. Gotta say, little shocking because I had Canelo winning in the 11th. I figured it would be a thing similar to the Kovalev 2.0. I thought I seen the fight kind of going the same direction, uh, Bivol going out there and outboxing Canelo for a while because he really has more skills boxing wise than even Kovalev did. And that's just what he did. He outboxed him. I wasn't really surprised there. But what I thought was going to happen was that it would change. The tide would change at some point, and Canelo would catch him with a punch. This guy's got 17 professional fights. So it unproven to some sorts. But after the performance this weekend, man, I mean, hey, we got to give the guy some props, man. But what was interesting about the fight, before I go any further, I just want to play a little something, and I want to talk a little bit about that as I go through here. So just check this out.
No, obviamente sentí el peso, pero no, no fue ninguna excusa. Ninguna excusa, es un gran peleador y, como digo, es lo que es y se gana y se pierde, es un deporte así, hay que aceptarlo tal cual.
No, no, I did feel his power, but, no excuses. I think that's what happens in the sport of boxing. You win or lose, that's sport, and that's what happened.
No, mira, la verdad es que me siento muy bien. Yo, en lo personal, no pongo ninguna excusa. Eh, Creo que no perdí la pelea. Creo que me ganó 4, 5 rounds máximo. En los últimos rounds me fatigué un poco, eh, pero obviamente me siento bien. Creo que hice las cosas como tenía que hacerlas y me siento bien, me siento bien. Vamos a ver, vamos a ir y pensar qué es lo que vamos a hacer, pero me siento bien. No, no creo que perdí la pelea, como te digo. Perdí algunos rounds, en los últimos rounds me fatigué un poco, creo que por el peso quizás no me sentí al 100%.
So the question was, well, obviously you were lost to Floyd Mayweather, but looking at this fight that you took, that many people in this division that you fought at tonight didn't want anything to do with, can you tell us your feelings and what's next for you? So, and the answer from Canelo was, so personally, I'm feeling good. I'm not giving any excuses. I do feel that I won the fight. I think perhaps, maybe I lost 4 or 5 rounds, but I definitely didn't lose the fight. I think I got a little bit tired towards the final rounds, but I felt good. So we'll see what's next. As I say, I don't feel like I lost the fight. Maybe some rounds. Maybe the weight was a slight issue and made me feel not 100% during the fight.
Y creo que
See, I'm gonna stop it right there. Now I couldn't understand the Spanish, so I put that in there for Spanish speaking viewers. If y'all can understand that, if something there was interpreted wrong, please put it in the comments. Let me know, cause I don't know. But the translator said that Canelo said that he won this fight, that he definitely won this fight, and see, I find that troubling, because my thing is, win, lose, or draw. I'm always watching how a fighter reacts, what his state of mind is. I'm always it's very attracted to the warrior mentality and watching these guys go out there and compete. And but there's a certain way that they do it. Real warriors do it a certain way. So when he says, I definitely won, I'm not offering any excuses, but the weight might have been a part of it. He just said he wasn't going to offer any excuse. So I don't like right here where he is right now, as he stands right now from the fight, because I watched the fight, and Bivol really did a thorough performance. He really should be commended for what he has done. I don't think anybody. I can't count that many people who would have picked Bivol. I don't even remember anybody that I know personally that picked Bivol to win. So for him to pull this off, man, this is some Buster Douglas type shit, man. I mean, it's just what it is. But for this man, it's to keep the mentality of this. Now they talking rematch, and I've heard rumors of going to 168 for Canelo's undisputed titles. Bivol wants to go down there for that. But as I meditate on it, I'm sitting there thinking, well, what's the difference? At 168 undisputed, you didn't already beat Canelo. We got Beterbiev and Joe Smith fighting to unify the other titles in at 175. You the other guy, you could hold pat. You take on the winner. You know what I'm saying? 175, undisputed. So you got it either way you go. You don't necessarily have to fight Canelo. You necessarily don't have to sit back and let Canelo dictate the terms to you anymore. You understand is what I'm basically saying. You don't have to just go there. And what is the rematch clause there for anyway? It was Bivol's title that was on the line, not Canelo's. So why does it have a rematch? A rematch clause for what? What is the penalty if he don't fight him? I mean, I don't get it. It makes no kind of sense. But why did he need that even getting into that fight? But that's a whole nother thing, man. Whole nother thing. And that's one of the problems with the sport of boxing today. The leisure of some fighters against other fighters is just unfair. And it needs to be, more even kill, because we're competing to ascend to the top, to become the best, to be the champ, right? So these special I don't know, attributes or whatever these things is that they give into these fighters, man, certain fighters, just should be out of the sport, man. It should be well plain. The road to the championship should be what it is, and you got to run it. If you can make the run, you get all the way to the end and win, then you're the champ. It's just to be simple as that. That's the standard all fighters should be judged on. But it's not that way. So what's going to happen next? What's in it for Canelo? I mean, so he said weight was an issue. So, okay, if weight is an issue, 175, you didn't tapped out. You done tapped out now. Self-admittedly that you tapped out at 175. So you're not going up fighting Usyk and all the stuff that we was hearing before. That ain't going to happen. So you done done that. Ain't nowhere for you to go but back down there to them guys that been chasing you for 5 years. And the fights that all these fans out here, the other fan bases, wanted to see put together against you and your fan base, right? Which is what boxing is supposed to be. It was built on this, way back in the days of slavery. They have a champion guy over here that was knocking and beating everybody, all the popes. Then a guy in the other county doing the same thing. Well, the two big property owners, oh yeah, well, I got a guy, he'll do this, and I got a guy, blah. Well, let's put your money where your mouth is, buddy. Whatever be the case, right? Now you got a sport. We sell tickets, people come. Everybody lay their bets down, side money being made. Everybody getting in on this thing. You see, that's the atmosphere of the sport of boxing, and that's the way it's supposed to be. Now, I would like to see him go back to 68, man. I mean, we know that he had, after his last fight in AT&T Stadium against that guy from the UK, came across the water, Billy Ho, wherever he is, right? He crushed his orbital bone or whatever, and stuff like that, man. But he should go to 68. Go back to 68 and take on some of these guys. Caleb Plant should have a rematch, man. I mean, the fight was that close. I mean, he was getting washed up to that point. That's not a guy that he got the win, but I wouldn't mind seeing that again before I see him fight Bivol again. I mean, it's possible, Bivol come to 68 and they had the fight. It still has an interest because here's the thing. It's been said, hey, Canelo didn't throw his jab enough. The jab could have helped him out enough. But in the beginning, he was throwing it, but he was discouraged from throwing it because he had a guy who jabbed better than him. Took him out of his jab, took him out of his game, took him out. Canelo was not comfortable in that fight at all. He was doing things that he's not good at. And when you get a fighter there, that's where you want him. I say it all the time. This is what you want to do. It's a mind game. You want to get that guy out of that, And Bivol had him there. And had him there for and Bivol, look at Bivol's face. Bivol wasn't giving nothing to Canelo. He didn't give a fuck. I don't care who you knocked out. I don't care who they call you. I don't care nothing about nothing. I'm whipping your ass today. And I saw it, what was it, like the 11th round? Canelo hit him with an uppercut, man. I mean, a hellacious one. I mean, he dug deep, got down and brung it up and hit him right up underneath the chin, man. And I saw Bivol go clip, push him back, pop, pop, pop. I said, oh, shit. I think Canelo getting his ass whipped today. And man, I mean, that's what ended up happening. And these things happen, man. When you match styles and stuff like that, man, all this stuff can happen, man. And Canelo's a good fighter. My only thing is I think it's a cap on it, man, because there's so much things in boxing that he can't do. He's not good at. The things that he do, he's damn good at it. If he can get you in that wheel and you on your heels and he coming forward and he got you, oh yeah, you in trouble. But if you can stop the train, if you can make him stop and have to think, oh man, life gets a lot easier. And as you can see, he was frustrated terribly in this fight. He was frustrated in the Caleb Plant fight. I mean, it was real frustrating. So you look at that. You look back at the Laura fight, frustrated. Floyd, frustrated. It's a style that does that to him, man. And that's the thing. A lot of great fighters. And I had this discussion with a lot of my buddies out here, man. And I try to tell them, man, hey, people saying who's the best, greatest Mexican fighter of all time and all such and such. And I'd be like, yeah, I like Julio Cesar Chavez too. Don't get me wrong, he's a bad dude, right? No doubt. But to me, the best ever Mexican is Salvador Sanchez, because Salvador could do everything. He's the Sugar Ray Robinson of Mexico to me. I mean, this guy's an all-time great, beautiful boxer, can do so many things so well. If you don't know him, check out my brother Blood Boxing. He did a documentary on Salvador Sanchez. It's like 3 hours long, man. Go check it out, man. Did a good work. Lots of views on it, man. It's very educational. If you don't know, check it, man. Check it. He's the Mexican dude with the afro, man. You remember Epstein from Welcome Back, Carter? I kind of remember that. Remind me of that guy. But this guy can fucking fight, man. No doubt about it. To me, that's the best. And I did a video, before about him when he was on Mike Tyson's podcast, and he was talking about great Mexican fighters. He mentioned Julio Cesar Chavez, and I mean, he's to be mentioned. I mean, for sure. But I didn't like the way he kind of, I felt like he kind of dissed Salvador Sanchez, man. So I got kind of scratched me a little bit. So I looked at him like, man, I don't understand that. You should be a student of the game. You should be checking out the greats, man. And that Salvador Sanchez is somebody you ought to know. I mean, for his short career, man, I mean, left the mark, man. And he was a fighter's fighter. The classic, the quintessential fighter that I love to support, that I love to see out here compete. I mean, if I'm training somebody that had to fight him, good luck. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. So it's one of them things, man. But now, 168, you got Demetrius Andrade up there now, and Canelo had said to him at AT&T Stadium after that fight with Billy Ho, "You're a horrible fighter. Remember payday? You won payday. Remember that one? Yeah, that guy. He moved up to 168. He been talking shit and he been following him and he making the action. He came up in weight to come up and gave up his belt to come to 68 just to stay on you. Now you can't go to 75. He is 68 now. So how much, where you gonna go? What you gonna do? It's getting to the point where you're gonna have to fight these guys now. And it's what boxing needs and what boxing wants. It has to happen, man. If not, Canelo gonna get left behind, man. I'm telling you. His career, what he's done, okay, that's fine. It's good. Nothing wrong with that. But for what boxing need right now, because everybody's so UFC. Oh, fuck, man. All this grab and hold. Get the fuck off me, man. You know what I'm talking about? Now, if not, lots of stuff going on. Hey, Bud Crawford, Earl Spence. They talking about Tank Davis, Shakur Stevenson. All these black fighters, two guys who were setting out that couldn't get the shots are starting to get the opportunity. This weekend, Jamel Charlo, Brian Castano, oh, hell of a fucking fight. You must watch it this weekend. If you just casually interested in boxing, you have to watch that fight. The first fight was damn good. Brian Castano stepped up. They had a hell of a performance. Gave Jamel all he could handle. And Jamel, he weathered the storm. They both tough guys, man. They went the distance, but it was some hanging and banging going on. There was some wobbly legs on both ends. So that's what makes a great fight, man. That's what makes a great fight. You want that. That's what you want. So I can't wait for that this Saturday, man. Just check it out. I mean, it's gonna be on Showtime. It's not even pay-per-view. I don't understand why not. This is a great matchup. It's a great fight, man. And both of these guys' names need to be excelled because of this, man. Because you got to take your head off to Castano, man, because he beat Texera before he came out here and took Jamel. And he said before he beat him, he said, if I beat him, I'll fight Jamel. Man of his word. Gotta love that. Contributing to the sport as well. And that's what we need. You can't be avoiding fights. These fights right here is what make it. What if you had Sugar Ray Leonard and he said, I'm going to fight everybody, but I ain't going to fight Tommy Hearns? Oh, I ain't gonna fight Hagler. Oh, I'm not gonna fight Duran. I'm not gonna fight none of them guys. You guys got to go do something. Y'all gonna have to, because he could have did it. He had the cachet. He had all of that. He could have said, I don't really got to do that. Yeah, we could, but nah, what I got to gain from that? He could have took that attitude, but he never did. Never did that. And the sport of, we have a golden era of boxing that people repeatedly talk about all the time, and that can come again. And it's right now. I think we have some matchups that can be on them levels, man. We won't know unless we get them, and that's the thing about it, man. All these guys that sit around and talk boxing all the time. We're breaking it down. The jab, he hooks, he does this, his footwork, he comes back. We comparing guys all day. What would happen if they get together and they match the style? Who's going to do what? Who's going to wear what? That is the beauty of the sport. That's what makes it great. That's what we love to see, But when you get a fighter that's out here and he's got a style, he's moving around, but we can't get that style to get in there with the other guy's style to see what happens when these guys come together. We all is cheated, man. We cheated by that. So we can't support that type of thing, man. And nobody should, And hopefully, like I say, boxing has got some good fights coming up, back to back, man. It started, hey, Earl Ugas was awesome, man. We had the Shakur, we had the Valdez, Canelo, Bivol. This week, Jamel, Brian Castano. I mean, come on, man. And months to come, we got more fights coming each month down the line, man. So, hey, man, this is a good time to get into boxing. If you ain't been in it, check out who's out. There's a lot of great up-and-coming fighters that's out there now, man. I'm telling you, boxing can come back to where it ever was, to the heights it ever was, man. If we get the right people to fight, the right promoters to promote, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't like to promote no more, man. But I ain't get my group. I knew I felt funny, man. I got to put a little something in here, get a little vibe in here, man. For real, but hey, I hope, whatever happens, man, it's a good deal. They had the rematch. Bivol, Canelo, I'm checking it out. He go back to 68. Anybody he want to fight there. What about David Morrell? People, hey, it's been a little rumor I heard this week. Now I don't know how true. David Morrell, Demetrius Andre might meet up. Hey, not a bad matchup. David Morrell should be considered as well. He's an up-and-coming guy, man. We don't know how great yet because he hadn't fought the competition, but it's time to get him up there and see what's going on. Can you sink or swim, bro? What it's going to be, So that's something to look forward to. A lot of great guys to watch and keep your eyes on. It's pretty much open, man. Canelo saying, hey, man, the weight was an issue. Okay, well, 68. And in 68, what he did say, 68 felt great for him, and he was right on time. That felt right. So, okay, cool. Come on back to 68. It's plenty of smoke. David Benavidez is there. But I don't know, man. It's not looking good for Canelo, man. If you have a performance like that with Bivol against a guy like David Benavidez who has much faster hands, man. I mean, and got that power, man. I mean, I don't know, man. But that's what I want to see. Because then if you have the fight in Canelo beating, that's one of the greatest. That'll be one of the greatest victories that Canelo ever had. I mean, he got names, but he got names of guys who were on the end of their careers. Most of the guys there. So let's get these guys that's in their prime right along with you. He just said not long ago, I'm in my prime. Nobody can beat me. Then you go out and lose. You see, it's all about your mentality, man. Did you get cocky? Was you over arrogant? You go out there, I'm just going to go out there and bang. I know he stays in the gym, he trains all the time, so we can't say he took it light there. But you didn't take your opponent seriously enough to study what was really going on to understand what was you going to do if certain things took place in the ring. Eddie Reynoso let you down. I have to say, man, in the corner, man, he wasn't giving you nothing. I mean, I talk about it all the time. You want a guy in your corner that when you come back every round, I don't give a damn what's going on. He got something for you to take back in that ring. Or he done saw something that guy's doing that you got to be aware of. You understand? He's setting you up for the left hook. He's trying to do this. So, you see what I'm saying? The guys got to be on their game, man. Just to go out and tell the guy, throw punches. Do your thing. You go this. What the hell is that? If I'm in a fight, I'm confused. I don't know. Every time I throw a punch, he's catching me. Damn, coach, he keep catching me. What I do? What should I? Throw punches. What the hell? You're going to run right back into the buzzsaw and boom, 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 boom. And that's it. Then at the end of the fight, he upset because you lost. Well, damn, man, you ain't prepare me out here. Tell me, okay, you going out here with the 1-2. Okay, now remember we worked on the 3-4. Hit the 3-4 and go back out here. You're gonna get in, go this way, go this way. You know, he thinking you trying to do this. Okay, so do it like this, mix it up like this, then come back to this. You know, whatever. Give me something that when I go back in here, I ain't got to think because my mind is rattled. I've been getting punched all around. You know, and that was another thing. Canelo had not thrown double-digit punches in any round of the fight. So what does that tell you, man? He was on his heels. He was, you know, everything was. It was not natural. He didn't feel like just go out. He couldn't. He was never in that position because Bivol would never allow him to be there. And that was a masterful performance by Bivol, man. You got to take your hat off to the brother, man. I mean, that was, you know, I don't know if he'll be able to top that in his career. I don't know. But we'll see what happens then. But it's interesting at 175 because, like I said, Archer Beterbiev, Joe Smith Jr. getting ready to have their showdown. That's going to be a big fight. Great. So that's June 18th as well. Same day as Jamal Charlo and Majek Select, I believe. The same exact day that both fight cards are going down. Unfortunately, I'm on Mr. Live broadcast because I'm going to be at one of these bad boys. You know what I'm saying? So I got to see. But check them out, man. Anyone that you can. They're going to be great fights. Great fight weekend that weekend. Juneteenth as well. If you know anything about history of Juneteenth, man. If not, look it up. Check it out, man. It's interesting. Maybe this be the start of a every year event, man. And it needs to happen, man. And that's good because you got the Cinco de Mayo for the Mexicans. You have Juneteenth for the black fan base, or whatever, however you want to do it. All this is good for boxing, man. You know? And that's the thing, man. I need more fights. I'm a fight junkie. I got to have it. You know what I'm talking about? So, hey, if you like me, man, hey, you're looking for the next fight, right? So, man, there's so much to talk about. I'm just sitting here like, ooh, I got so much I wanted to say, you know, and I got to squeeze it in this bad boy, man, because I can't, I just record it and put it out, man, because that's how I roll. But, you know, it was a good fight, man. It was a good journey, you know. Canelo weathered the storm. Would it make a difference at 168, man? I mean, it's possible. I can't say it's not possible because, you know, if he does use a jab more at 168, he said it feels more natural. He might feel he'll have better wind, right? It might be a little quicker. Maybe that quickness will translate to a little more power. You know, maybe he needed a little more power because he didn't seem to hurt Bivol in the first fight. So that could be, you know, a situation there. Or is there something in that first fight that Eddie Reynoso and them guys can get together and say, hey, look, man, I saw this. I saw that. We're going to try this. We're going to try it this way. Maybe so. You never know. But that is the sport of boxing. It's sweet science, man. We can't never lose part of that. We get so enamored with come forward, swing, boom, boom, knockouts, blah, blah. But boxing is a sweet, beautiful sport, man. And there's only a few fighters that can get to the levels, man. You know, that the highest level of it, man. And when you see these guys, man, these guys got to be appreciated because not everybody can do this at all. You know, a lot of people can do the movements of Canelo, you know, but he has the attributes and the power and the speed and the combination thereof to make it something, you know, great. Whereas somebody else can make the same movements and everything and it ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the things. So you got to respect that, man, and love the style matches up because those make the best fights. Two guys fighting the same style, like a Keith Thurman, Bud Crawford. I like to see that. You know, like when you see like Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis. I mean, them guys were just going at each other, man. You know, good stuff, man. And when you have the offsetting styles, you know, as well, Joe Frazier, Muhammad Ali type of thing, you know, it's good there too. And that's the beauty of the sport. But yeah, man, the boxing world is shook up right now, man. Everybody's like, man, who's pound for pound? Who's number one? You got Bud Crawford saying, you know who's number one now. He's quick to get on them Twitter fingers, man, and do them things, man. But my thing is, man, I got questions about you too, Bud. I got questions, man. To me, if I'm putting somebody top pound for pound, it's Earl Spence. It's Earl Spence, bro. It's Earl Spence. I can't see nobody else number one pound for pound right now as of today. I can't see it. You know, you can argue your points. Okay, good luck. But I can go all day on reasons why Earl is the number one pound for pound fighter in the world. And, you know, we'll see what happens as goes on. And like I say, I'm excited. And, man, I'll have something else sometime, man. But, yeah, Canelo and that, man, we have to just wait and see what this direction that they choose. to go. Seem like that's what they really want to do. Because I know when you're a champion and you're training really hard and everything, and you take a L, it's hard to accept, man. You can't just walk away with it. So you really want to get back in there. So I'm thinking he'll probably lean to that 168 deal with Bivol again. But I really can't understand why Bivol would take that, knowing that you already got that. And if you go to 75, win that, and then let Canelo do something, and then you guys come back and 175 undisputed, 168 undisputed. This guy done beat this guy already, right? Now you have the rematch, right? Mega, right? Mega. That's what you need, and that's good for boxing too, because now people are saying, well, hey man, we can't just say Canelo gonna go in there and dog walk him. Last time, look what happened. This is definitely, we don't know what's gonna happen. Can Canelo get it back? Everybody wants to see. The interest will be way up, and that's good for boxing. Won't nobody be talking about UFC that weekend? You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's all about, man. We have to crush the UFC, man. We gotta crush it. I'm tired of it. All that grabbing, holding, and stuff, and all that. No. No, it's some good competitors over there, but that just ain't my cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I got pretty much for now, man. We'll see what happens as the boxing world turns, and a little while I'll get on my my Dallas Cowboys. And if you follow me for a while, I'm not really big on it right now. I ain't got no excitement about this season. The draft didn't do anything for me. But we'll discuss that at another time. But like I say, hey man, I'm Black Star Sports TV. Check me out when I jump up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel. Hit the notification bell, because Black Star jump on here at any time, man. You just don't know when is he coming? Is he over here? Is he over there? Bam! There you go, man. Back once again. Got some more for you. Come on through and watch me talk my talk, man. And let's chop it up, man. Black Star Sports TV, man. And I am